And we are wrestling with WWE Class in Italy. Took place last Sunday in Turin, Italy, in the Napal Arena. Um, and yeah, I mean this was as formulaic of a WWE paid preview as it gets. 5 matches. Um, I wouldn't say that it was bad, but it definitely wasn't what I was maybe expecting it to be. Um, And I would say that the crowd definitely enhanced some of this because if they didn't, it would have been maybe more of a chore to watch. But I wouldn't say that it was bad either. So I'm kind of mixed about it. What do you say, Kaliko?
It was okay, but thank God for that crowd.
Right, but I mean, you were watching this on a phone while you were dealing with people that are, angry as well. So, I mean, you might have a different perspective than me.
Dude, it was on a Sunday. Wasn't that many people out there voting angrily. But anyways,
Well,
so I was able to catch the whole thing.
well, at least there's that. Let's get into it. Cody Rhodes defeated Gunther to retain the undisputed WWE Championship in 11 minutes 35 seconds. Honestly, decent match. Nothing spectacular, I'd say. They had a good match. I would say that I didn't necessarily like the finish. Just, I get where they were, protecting Gunther. That makes absolute sense to me. But I feel like the having his foot be on the rope be a hidden thing until you see, the replay, kind of like I didn't think that was necessarily necessary. Like you could have the same match, but have the camera view of his foot on the rope and um have the announcers call it beforehand, so something's not right, but it's getting called, and then there was just that wonky spot where he took his leg from underneath the rope as well. What's I mean, it's still didn't change a lot, but it's still a bit wonky, I would say. But I mean, it was just okay, if I'm being honest. Nothing to write home about. But what say you, Kaliko?
I mean, yeah, the same. It feelings the same. Although it was, well, I think that was done because they knew the crowd was going to be so happy with whoever won. I mean, Cody won. So the crowd was so happy that the match ended and Cody retained, and it allowed Gunther to yank the ref and kind of get into it with him. And once again, I mean, Gunther is going to start being the Drew now because it's like, well, that's fucked up. And this is how you run it on SmackDown. I think he's gonna get a rematch. I don't see him. I mean, unless he wins the King of the Ring, which you would think he's a favorite.
I would call it Opa's to win, but that's maybe another conversation for another time.
I mean, both are allegedly trying to. Well, one is vying the eye of Brock Lesnar. The other one, people want to vie the eye of Brock Lesnar. So that's where the dichotomy comes into play for both of them.
Right.
Just so, I mean, but back to the match. Yeah, it ended the way it ended. Lackluster, but controversial nonetheless. To have Cody assume that he's going to just press on to SummerSlam, and Gunther gets a chance to not only whoop niggas' asses in the King of the Ring, but also complain while whooping niggas' asses in the King of the Ring, or well, not niggas, but whooping people's asses in the King of the Ring, rather. Because I think he's the only person that has a legit claim, and then he's just gonna choke everybody out in the meantime. I just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong. How many stars do you give this
Like
one?
I
Oh, yeah.
it was a good 3. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's gonna. To me, he's hot shot into the finals. Considering that Cody won it last year.
I want to say that that's accurate.
Yeah, Cody won it last year because it went to Cena because he fought Cena.
Yeah, but I mean, Gunther won King of the Ring 2 years ago.
He did he?
Yeah,
That's right, and he beat
Damien.
Damien.
Mm-hmm.
So, ooh, there's a little twist there. I totally forgot he won it 2 years ago. So, mate, but at least he's hot shot into the finals. I would think, but that's just me.
I mean, that's yet to be seen. I give this match a. It was one of the better matches on the card. 3.5.
3.5.
Now we have Rhea Ripley defeating Jade Cargill to retain the women's championship in 16 minutes 57 seconds. Um, this was twice as long as their match at WrestleMania, and um, it did half of what the match at WrestleMania did. Um, I didn't like it. It didn't. Jay just beat the crap out of Rhea. It didn't really make a lot of sense. The baddies, coming in and, I mean, BFAB couldn't even get Jade's leg on the rope. Like, wow. Like, why are you there? Um, Biggest pop was Charlotte, in my opinion, coming in, making the save. And then obviously, she actually put Rhea's leg on the rope properly, because she knows how to walk. Um, and yeah, like I said, their match at WrestleMania was so much better, and it was half the time, so it accomplished so much more. And I don't feel like this was anywhere near close to that. I feel when the high point of your match is a run-in from Charlotte Flair, then there's probably, a problem with your match. And yeah, that's kind of my opinion on the match. What say you, Khalifa?
I mean but that was the whole point of the match. Because Jade was out there running around whooping everybody's ass, and and the common thread is that the person that both Rhea and Charlotte liked the most got attacked by it, and Rhea was just giving a helping hand. I mean, Charlotte hit a crossbody. That tall ass hit the fucking rope and hit a crossbody. Pretty impressive. But but that was the whole point. The whole point was to get them to show. I mean, the enemy of the enemy is my friend type deal.
Hmm.
So in essence, that got accomplished.
How many stars do you give this one?
Uh, I'd say a good 3. It was a good 3.
I agree. 3. I forgot. Uncle Dave's rating. Did the Uncle Dave watch this show?
I think the word on the street is that he did. Thank you. He did indeed.
Okay, so let's
Why?
start with Cody and
Why would he not? If he watched AAA, he watched Clash of Italy.
let's start with Cody and Gunther. Um, 2 and 7/5.
Higher.
3 1/4.
Higher.
3 1/2.
3 7/5.
Oh,
Nice to know you're not cheating. Nice to.
I don't think he was behind Rhea and Jade. 2 7/5.
Mm, let's see. 2 7/5 is your guess. Higher.
3 1/4.
Lower.
3.
Good old tree. Gave him the good old tree.
I mean, rarely does he ever give just, a solid based, you know, star rating. It throws me off. Alright, then we have Brock Lesnar, defeating Obafemi in 6 minutes 21 seconds. I think this match was a minute and 20 seconds more than their WrestleMania match. But maybe not as much meat as their match at Mania. If you ever played a WWE video game, Brock literally just spammed F5 on Opa for 6 minutes straight until he won the
Uh,
match.
uh, unleashed the whole finisher. He unleashed the whole finisher on him, boy.
Yeah,
He emptied the clip with the finisher level.
and I mean that was literally just basically the match. I mean it's I mean they gave Brock the win back, so obviously, he got his comeuppance. But I don't really see where that kind of served anybody. I mean, Opa obviously got, his heat back on Raw. He beat 3 people with, an injured arm, or at least that's what they want us to believe. So, I mean, he obviously showed, his dominance afterwards, right after. So, I mean, that was good. Um, I mean, I would have liked Brock to maybe win the match with maybe a bit more nefarious means, just to say, I had to cheat to beat Obafemi. But I mean, I'm not that mad at how things went at either. But, like he said, 1 plus 1, equals, disaster for you at sacrifice. Using some Steiner mat there. So obviously, there is going to be a third one whenever that may be, but I don't know. I didn't think we really needed this match, but obviously, again, Brock wanted his one against Oba, and yeah, here we are. What say you? Oh, did we lose Kaliko? Was Kaliko here even here to begin with? We do not know. Who knows? Do I know?
Wait a minute, what happened?
Oh, respawn. Respawn.
God damn it, you didn't hear any of that?
Apparently not. No.
Son of a bitch.
Well, would you like to re-emulate?
Ay ay ay. Okay. I don't know where you picked up from, but uh what I was saying was it gave more of a desperation for Brock, because when was the last time you seen Brock just like straight up before the Matt Bell reign go wild up on the motherfucker?
True. Yes.
Like that speaks more about how, to me, it spoke to me more about how desperate Brock was for the win and how insecure he was in using a method that he usually never used. Because he when he the dude, he's waiting on you. Come at me, bitch. I'm fucking you up.
Right.
But the simple fact that he just like before Oba even took his damn chakras off, he like, nah, I'm coming after your ass.
Right.
So I mean, hey, to me that's where it looks at. And even then, he barely got Oba. So that tells me, you know. And then the math, one, you're done, bitch. So there you go. So that means Oba ain't done yet. They ain't done yet. They got one more.
How many stars you give this one?
Ah, considering it was a rematch and it wasn't as exciting as the first one because we kind of knew what was going to happen with it. 2 7/5.
I would say that it was still one of the more memorable matches on the card, and it was more enjoyable than other things on the card as well. And it was short, so I'll give it 3.5. Alright, Uncle Dave. I feel like me and Uncle Dave might be vibing here. 3.5.
Higher.
3 7/5.
Higher.
4?
Gave it a 4.
Okay. Alright, Sol Ruka defeated Becky Lynch to win the Intercontinental Championship. Um, gonna be honest, the match wasn't as good as it could have been. It did kind of seem like they were kind of just going through the motions until, the very end when Soul hit the, Soul Snatcher. That definitely got a pop. But, it did feel like the crowd was primarily dead for the majority of this match, until that moment. And I just feel like Soul wasn't necessarily ready for this moment. Soul was so strong on NXT, and we got to see so much confidence from her and personality, and it just feels like the the bright lights are kind of getting in her eyes at this point, and she doesn't necessarily know how to react to it. And we're not necessarily seeing that version of Sol Ruka on the main, roster. She's kind of seeming a little bit disconnected and a bit disingenuous. And I mean, I hope that changes as time progresses. I like Sol, but I don't think that this was the right time or the right place to, pull the trigger on her for the championship. I don't think it's going to end well for her with this title run. Again, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that she succeeds. But I kind of feel like I'm not. Um, but what say you, Kaliko?
To me, it screams that either I don't think it's a Triple H thing, but I think it could be a Triple H thing, could be a TKO thing. They felt like they did enough building her up before Becky Lynch by having her on Saturday Night Main Event and Royal Rumble and so on and so forth, right? Like, I think that they felt like, oh, she's been teasing here and there. So when she gets there, the people will know who the hell she is. And that's not necessarily the case when you had her dealing with Zarya for like 5 months
Right.
and still had her back in NXT. Like, that's where it didn't make sense. Because if you were going to have her beat Bayley, you might as well have just had her on the main roster at that point.
Right.
But it was the dragging back to NXT for me that kind of like, okay, why does she need to go back? You could have just built off the fact that she beat Bayley, because they made a big emphasis about her losing the EO and so on and so forth, and losing and losing. And I get it because the whole point of her winning was that it's kind of like that Money in the Bank, right? Where like people, whoever has it, they lose and lose and lose, and then they be able to pull it out of nowhere, and that negates the losing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think it also kind of told a story of Becky, maybe I would say underestimating her a lot. Because keep in mind, Becky didn't even want to match with her in the first place because she felt like she's not on her level. And to an extent, you may be right, but when it comes to a match, you only got to be right one time, right?
Right.
So in this case, that to me, what was the angle? Because the whole Soul Snatcher coming out of nowhere bit and all that. So I get it. It's just a matter of what they do with her from here. Because yeah, you could tell she seems a bit nervous because the times that she's been on the main roster, she really didn't need to talk. They just had her do like dream matchups, right? Dream matchups in the Royal Rumble. You ain't got to say much. You just get in the ring and do your thing, right?
Right.
So it's just that's where I wish they had it. I mean, when she beat Bayley, put her on the roster, have her explain who she is, what she is, get her to connect to the audience. And I think that's where I think that lackluster people thinking, oh, it's in NXT, it's guaranteed to carry over into the main roster, and that's not necessarily the case all the time.
More times than not, I would say it isn't. So, how many stars do you give this one?
Title match, two and a half.
Um, I give it 3. I feel like it was a 2.5 star match, but that Soul Snatcher and the ending that nobody saw coming kind of drew it over to 3 because that was not on my bingo card that Soul was actually gonna win. So
I mean, I told you weeks ago. I was like, well, we had like they're gonna do that bullshit where something's gonna happen. I called this. I was like, some bullshit's gonna happen where it's a no contest or some other shit, and Becky gonna have to fight for that title.
I have no idea what you're
Now,
talking
where they,
about. We don't. I don't
you know,
watch Monday Night Raw weekly. Just like
it was on
Triple A.
Saturday night's main event,
Just like
sir. That's how
Triple.
I know you. Lies.
Like AAA. I haven't watched pro wrestling in 6 months. So you have to
Yeah,
get me to
damn.
watch this shit.
Hot damn, son. What the hell?
I have no idea what's going on.
In the words of Austin, hot damn, kid.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 stars. And that brings us to Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer. I feel like you're vibing with Dave. 2.5.
Higher.
3.
3.
Okay. So I was vibing with Dave.
Yeah, you were vibing. I wasn't. I rarely vibe with Dave. I know.
Now, that brings us to the main event.
Except for the Grande match, I guess.
I think Dave was vibing a little too much to that match, if you know what I mean.
I know. He was a little too high off way high off the ganja.
Yeah. We got Tribal Combat for the Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fuck You. And yeah, I mean, it was a good match. I wouldn't necessarily say anything particularly memorable happened in it. There was a couple of good spots. It was a brutal match. There was a couple moments you think maybe, maybe Jacob actually can win this match. But essentially, just to get Roman over again. I don't think a lot of people expected him to win. And yeah, nothing, nothing has changed. So again, good match. Roman always delivers solid matches for sure, but I didn't think it was a particular memorable match either. What say you?
I mean, yeah, it was solid. I think the biggest key in this Roman run is that he could do it on his own. To me, I mean, that's what it seems like to me. That seems to be the biggest anchor of all of this is that like he's trying to be a chief that stands alone and can do it on his own. So I mean, got to give it to him there. Fatu gave one hell of an effort. If Money in the Bank was next month, you could have made the argument he would have won it. But that ain't the case. So we are stuck with Jacob Fatu joining the Bloodline. Although I think it's going to be a little bit different.
Because he doesn't love Roman like he did Solo.
I think he's going to pull that Green Ranger shit out of his ass. You remember the Power Rangers? Well, never mind. You were probably youngin', but have you ever seen the Power Rangers?
I'm not a big Power Ranger guy. Never really have
God
been.
damn it.
So I can't really say I know what you're talking about.
So you won't even get the reference of what I'm going to say, because he's going to be like the Green Ranger when he first jumped into the Megazord and just start whooping everybody ass within.
Yeah,
that's what it screams to me. See, once again, youngin, man, goddamn youngin. Anyways,
it's not a youngin thing. I don't like Power Rangers thing. Like if you would have drawn a Dragon Ball Z reference at me, I would have fucked with it for sure.
I can't put what Dragon Ball Z reference happened where the guy joins the team just to fuck them all up within.
That is a good question. I mean, there's probably an anime reference there somewhere, but I can't think of it right now.
Oh, Lord.
Get back to your point.
But that was my point. But anyways, yeah, so that's where I think it's going to be. But overall, it was a decent match. And, Roman just shows he can do it on his own.
How many stars you give this one?
3 7/5. Good, but not like Roman Mania 30 Mania Roman to me.
I give it 4. I'll go the whole way. Give it 4. It was solid. There was nothing, offensive about it or anything that didn't make sense to me. All the psychology was good. It just wasn't as memorable than other matches that either guys had. Just my opinion. Alright, and Uncle Dave. 4 1/4. Oh. Did we lose Kaliko? Is Kaliko still there? Was Kaliko there to begin?
Yes,
there you go.
I'm always here.
All right.
So Meltzer's rating. Let's see what you can guess. 4 1/4. Actually, lower.
4.
Lower.
3 7/5.
3.5. Me and Dave was vibing for once.
Okay. I did not expect such a cold review from Uncle Dave. Okay.
Well, I mean, compared to, because you're comparing Roman to Mania Roman. Granted, he can give good matches. I mean, but well, the I get the point of what they're doing with the match and the necessity, but was the match really the tribal combat element necessary if we knew Roman was going to win anyway?
I mean, it wasn't. It was only really a way to. It was a plot device to get Jacob another title opportunity, and that was literally it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this show as a whole, a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
They better thank God that crowd was in it because goddamn, boy. Goddamn, kid. That crowd is what saved it,
So, thumbs up,
to be
thumbs
quite
down.
honest. That's what I said, in the middle. They
Oh, in the
got it.
middle. Okay. I didn't hear
They
that.
better.
All right. I couldn't agree more. Thumbs in the middle. This show left a lot to be desired, I would say. I mean, the only thing that saved it was that crowd being as, on fire as they was for it. But I don't think that this was the show that I wanted it to be, unfortunately. For whatever reason. And for that reason, yeah, it has to be thumbs in the middle. All right. I think that will conclude our coverage of Class in Italy in this episode as a whole. Thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, but on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, I should say, as we interview Leo Black, this Wednesday as we interview Elvis Andre, and join us every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Kaliko?
I am Kaliko and in a cast because, working these poles had my fucking ankles hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get on the pole and shake when your ankles are hurt.
Well, at least you got those dollar bills to pay your medical bills.
I got them dollar ballots. I mean, that'll be if that accounts for anything. Shaking that money maker, shaking these legs for them ballots, baby.
For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Where them ballots at? Where them ballots at?
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.